Hey YouTube, so here's another of my Star Wars props that I've sort of a semi-homemade build. This is a Star Wars DL44 Blaster and holster and belt. Let me start off by saying I know that the accents and the buckle on Han Solo's belt is not supposed to be gold. This was built for a costume for my wife. It was a gender-bending Han Solo, and since she was wearing gold jewelry and gold accents, we went with a gold on the belt and the holster, and also on the weathering on the blaster itself. So let me get into this a little bit. So as I was getting ready to do this review, I did notice that one of my brass rivets here had popped out of the holster. I decided I would carry on with the review anyhow, and I will get one of those popped in there here shortly. So the belt is just a belt I purchased online, just a leather belt. I don't even know the manufacturer. Is Hecho in China. No, I don't know what the manufacturer is. It's a Columbia belt. Okay, and I found this online. I forget who manufactured the buckle. I got the buckle off another belt, a fairly cheap costume belt that I bought probably off of Amazon. I salvaged the buckle off of that and fastened it to the belt with some screws. And I think I also used some E6000 between the belt and the buckle. There was a little bit of trial and error getting that to hold without popping off, because this is not metal, this is sort of a resin or plastic. So these screws tried to pop out. I eventually got it fastened down. That's why it looks sort of a mess back here. But eventually we got that down. I tried a few different materials to make the holster. What I did finally settle on is some relatively thin leather. I believe I got this from Tandy Leather, or I may have even gotten it from the craft store. But this is real leather. It's just got kind of a polished finish. Got the straps here for tying it to the leg, and that's just attached back here with this little screw rivet. I did a rough stitch up the sides, attached the holster to the belt with the same brass screw rivets. I don't know why I decided to leave the screw heads exposed here instead of the brass rivet. I might turn those around. And then the same here. Then we'll get into the blaster. Now this is a toy blaster I got off of Amazon. I forget the exact manufacturer. It comes in white and orange. I followed a tutorial by Punished Props on painting and weathering this. So basically what you do is you put your base coat of gold. I primed it first, and then I put the base coat of gold. And then wherever you want to have weathering, if you apply some toothpaste to the gold finish and allow that to dry, and then spray your black coat over the top of that, and then allow that to dry, you can then wash off the toothpaste, and what that will do is it will give you these weathering marks. You may be able to tell. I think there might still be a little bit of toothpaste down in these edges. When you wash off that toothpaste, that washes off the black coat and leaves the gold exposed, giving you a weathered look. As you can see, some of the paint has worn off the grips from use. Those were orange. I'll probably touch that up. Also, a little here has worn off, exposing some orange. So no big deal though. And then I found these little mirrors at the craft store. It's kind of smudged up, but there you go. My wife likes to use that for applying her lipstick while she's cosplaying, and it just gives a little bit of little added feature to the prop. I also opened up this blaster because when I bought it, the sound card that was in it was just a basic, very simple gun sound. It didn't sound like a, like a sci-fi blaster. It just sounded like a gun. So I went and purchased another, I think a Nerf Star Wars blaster, opened that up, took out the sound card, and installed it in this one. So now we have more of a blaster sound. So that's the blaster. And there's the holster. This was a relatively cheap build. If I exclude all of the trial and error on the leather work, I would say I got all this done for less than $100. So, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.